What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Momentum with Markayle. I'm your host, Markayle Tolliver, and today we're spotlighting and conversating with two incredible changemakers, rewriting the narrative for young black men in Chicago. I'm joined by Markayle Span, a force in youth politics and student leadership, and Darion Powles, the visionary founder and CEO behind Operation Young Santa. From civic engagement to community joy, these Westside leaders were honored at Community Leadership Fellows Westside Youth Leadership Day for their impact in their community. Today, we're diving into identity, purpose, and what's next for these two young Chicagoans. Thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So we'll start with you, Markayle. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do in the organizations that you work with?
Of course, my name is Markayle Span. I'm a 17-year-old, and I'm going into my senior year of high school. I'm in different orgs, and I sit on many different committees, but the most important one, I think, is the Mayor's Youth Commission. And on that commission, I get to represent students from the North Lawndale community as a whole. So I meet with the mayor regularly. I meet with many stakeholders, and I advocate for what our youth needs in my community. Alongside that, I'm the newest member to the American High School Democrats. And in that role, we promote three things. It's just simple. It's communication, informing, and it's communication, informing, and then we have taking action. And just those three things, I think informing stood out, telling the people around you what decisions are being made for them and how it impact them. But the most important one was taking action, getting into those spaces, speaking up, and just being a face for your community, being that person who advocates. And then lastly, I hold the new position of the student body president at Collins Academy. And in that position for the last 3 years, I was able to advocate for a $40 million program for Collins Academy. It's the largest project in Chicago public schools right now.
Wow.
And what we're able to do is become a STEAM high school. And we offer many programs, so that's a little of what I do.
Absolutely. Involved in a lot of things. I like that. Darion, tell us a little bit about yourself and your organization.
Of course. My name is Darion Powles. I'm an 18-year-old attending the illustrious Morehouse College this fall.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Thank you. I am also a member of the board and the CEO and founder of Operation Young Santa, a nonprofit organization that creates care packages for the less fortunate on the west side of Chicago. I've been leading this initiative for over 10 years, and last year we were able to pass out 1,000 bags, so pretty grateful.
Absolutely. And so, Darion, you said you're 18 and you started this initiative 10 years ago, so that means you were 8. Looking into that, what were some early experiences, or what was going on in the world or in your life that kind of sparked you or gave you this interest to start this organization?
I would definitely say, just first of all, the way my parents raised me. They always raised me to, care for others and put others before myself. I definitely could say even how Operation Young Santa began. Me and my mother was Christmas shopping at a nearby Dollar Tree, and I really wanted to help the less fortunate man that was outside of the Dollar Tree. So we started creating those care packages. It was about a week before Christmas. We started packing them, and we started with 50 that year. And we passed them out, and every year I just, I kind of reflect on being able to see him and how much it's grown. And so, yeah.
Absolutely. Markayle, tell us about some early experiences for you in your life, or even in school, or in the community of North Lawndale that kind of got you on your path toward leadership.
So I really started community advocating when seventh grade. I was enrolled at Kenwood Academy, but I was just leaving Johnson Elementary School, a school by my house, North Lawndale. And when I was going to Kenwood, we were virtual for my 7th grade year, but the first semester of my 8th grade year, we were back in the building. And I was elected student body vice president at the time. But I was converting from the west side all the way to Hyde Park to get a better education. I couldn't get it in my neighborhood. But every time I go home, one of my homies telling me, like, this teacher left, or she walked out on us, or our computer's bogus, you got it good out there. And that just like stuck with me, because it's like, this is where I come from, and I'm able to go out and get this, but everybody not able to have accessibility to this. So I made the decision for high school to come back to the community. At the time, I was going to Shy Arts, but Collins had contacted me, and then I had tested into Whitney, and I got it, but then I just made the decision, like, help my community. So from there, that's when I started advocating, reaching out. I asked organizations how can they donate, and we just built a lot of partnerships from there. So just being able to like come home and do what's right, because North Lawndale community was denied by the mayor's office many times. So instead of constantly taking that and being denied, we stood up and we stood for something. So we work with the CAC, the Community Action Council. We work with surrounding schools, Chalmers, and Johnson, and we advocated for a program that's going to change the community.
Absolutely. And being a Westsider myself, from North Lawndale as well, and actually teaching at North Lawndale College Prep, seeing the work that you are doing is definitely impactful. So definitely congratulations to both of you all for the work that you guys are doing on the West Side.
Thank you.
Who or what helped you guys believe in the potential to change the West Side? Besides the early experiences, were there any specific role models, or were there any specific incidents in your life that really got you onto the path of, yep, let me make this full impact for you, for the West Side? I know for you, Marianne, you said it was the education. So definitely delve in a little bit more about that, coming from Kenwood back to North Lawndale to attend Collins Academy.
I mean, as you looking at Chicago public schools, we tell like we have a major city, but educational wise, it's one of the most segregated cities in the nation. And that's exactly what it was. Just being somewhere, waking up and walking through this community that I say is mine, but then going somewhere else and I got access to literally everything. Off-campus lunch, we got the best computers, we got the best AP program in the city. We got every sports program, but at my school I just left, we couldn't even get the insurance to have a football program.
Right.
So it's like, I thought I was being stingy. I'm going to do this for myself, but how can I help the people who I hung with every day, the people who I called my homies, the people who I went to school with from kindergarten to 6th grade. So that just made me want to come back. And then there was just two major people who impacted me. One of them name was LaJuan Williams. He was my computer science teacher at Collins my freshman year. Mr. Williams always had these motivational speeches with me, but I always was like, man, you just talking too much. But then I started to really take in what he was saying, and now Mr. Williams owns 3 houses that's going for $650,000 on the west side of Chicago.
Wow.
And that's all through his non-for-profit Techo Savvy. And then there was another one named Ashanti Smarter. He's my head basketball coach. He's also a seeker at the school, lead recruiter. But when I first met him when I was little, Mr. Smarter just had he was a hothead. He was young in the field, but then like to see how he changed himself to be like mentoring me and see the like positions he put himself in to be my mentor, like motivating me like you could take this route too. It's not just a route you used to, like you used to seeing in your community, but you could take a good route. And then just being a victim of gun violence at the age of 15, it was just like, I gotta change something. Like I gotta stand up for something, stand up for what's right.
Talk more about that if you don't mind.
So 3 days after my freshman year, we were celebrating the class that had just left. I was cool with all the seniors, so we just had a graduation party. Located on the west side of Block Party, and like in the midst of me leaving the party, someone came and opened fire in the middle of the party. While I was running, I was grazed, and then I was also hit in my hand. But what I took from that was like, I'm not gonna hate my community for this. I'm not gonna dislike and say, oh, I want to move to the suburbs, because in reality, that's what they want. They want us to move out of what's our. So I just took the initiative to like tell my homies, when you go out, do this, or I'm advocating for like gunshot victims in the city of Chicago. I'm advocating for policing. They don't want us downtown, but then you ain't doing nothing in our community. So protect downtown how you protect our community. Protect our communities how you protect downtown. So it's just those things that stood out to me, and that incident just it caused a ripple effect. Because now I'm not doing it because of me. I'm doing it. I was a victim today, but I don't want my homies to be a victim tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I don't want nobody to be a victim tomorrow. So that's something that helped me.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. Darion?
First of all, Chris, to you, my boy.
Yep, absolutely.
But definitely, I would, of course, say my mom. My mom has always been, like, my biggest supporter. She's, like, the second CEO for me. But I would definitely say, like, the participants and the recipients of the care packages. It's been years where I was honestly like really tired of the work. It's so much. You know, it's Christmas time. I'm out of school. I'm supposed to have fun, but I'm counting deodorants or I'm packaging soaps and tissues. So being able to see the less fortunate and how happy they are every Christmas Eve, I think that's just enough. Like you don't even. I've seen people where they're just speechless. Like you don't have to say a word.
Wow.
I've actually like shed tears on some Christmases before, and I'm not even like a crier for real. So I think the participants just keep me pushing, and I plan on continuing Operation Young Santa, although I am going to Atlanta. So I think, yeah.
And we'll talk about that a little bit further down about your future plans. But right now, how has your leadership roles helped you represent and uplift your peers? I know you talked a little bit about that, Marianne, and kind of to your point about that. That's a similar story to me. I went also to high school, not in my community, not in North Lawndale. Actually went to Holy Trinity High School by way of Lincoln Unlimited Scholars. And that high school was actually located in the Bugtown area, Wicker Park area, predominantly white area. But again, it was some of those aspects that you were saying, Marianne, traveling, and actually that part, having the access to travel, having the access for my mom to pay for venture cards, bus fare, for me to get to school, lunch money. And then, getting there, having AP classes, having computer labs, having teachers who actually care. That also was definitely a drive for me in the work that I'm doing now currently for the city and now actually at the state level. But yes, how have your roles represented or uplifted your youth? Anybody could take that.
I think I see it like every day at school. Just being like a leader who pour into like my classmates and my peers, like just making them confident in who they are. Like introduce yourself, because nobody know you how you know you. Like that's one of the main things I tell them. And one of the main things I also tell them, like, stand up. Like, don't let nobody say what you are going to be. You already somebody. Like, take that with you already somebody. Like, just pouring that into them. Because no matter what they go through, like, throughout the doors of Collins, like, that's out of my control. But what I can control is alongside my school administration. Like, we make sure once they step in the doors of Collins, they have an experience like no other. So that's one big thing. But, like, I think the impact that alone, like my student council team has made at Collins alone has been like tremendous. We've started new like class fundraisers. We've fought for a lot, and it just started to become a ripple effect, because once the senior class do it, the junior class will do it. Once the junior class do it, the sophomores do it, and they go on. So just seeing like that impact and being like an inspiration for like the people that come after us is like one of the key things that I've been noticing lately.
Absolutely. Darion?
I think I definitely see it the most, like the change, especially in like, I don't know, areas of network. When I'm talking to a lot of people and I say like, oh, I'm Darion, Westside is always in my introduction. And they're kind of like, oh, okay, Westside. And I feel like it's kind of bittersweet. Like it's good to see like, they kind of surprised, but it's kind of like, why are y'all surprised?
Right.
And I see the false narrative and the painting of the picture, but I think I'm helping the West Side a little bit.
Yeah, helping to change that narrative, which actually leads us right into the next kind of couple of questions, which is about that being young, being black, and being on the West Side, and how that impacts your life and how that impacts your work. So starting with you, Marianne, how does growing up black on the West Side, how has that shaped your perspective as a leader?
Just growing up on the West Side in general, it helped you raise a sense of confidence. I mean, like you go in, you say like the West Side, the best side. I mean, it just helps you, like, it just builds you up. Like, it's just having that confidence in yourself and where you come from.
Absolutely.
But being around the West Side, you get like a variety of different things on the West Side. You got the North Lawndale community that offer this, like the Martin Luther King Legacy Apartments, recreation places, like gardens. But then you go to West Garfield, you got the conservatory, like just being able to notice and like observe them different spaces and like being in different worlds. Like you travel throughout the West Side and you just see different stuff. It's a culture. And that just helped me like know, like it's always something other than what you're used to.
Absolutely.
Like when I go on Roosevelt, it's different than going on Madison. So like it's just like being open to many new things. It's never a day like you never see nothing new on the West Side of Chicago. So it just taught me to like be open, like have openness, and be you, be confident.
Absolutely. Darion?
That's a good question. How does being on the West Side inspire me as a leader? Is that the question?
Or how has it shaped you?
I'm gonna have to agree with Marion. Definitely confidence. I'm always, repping the West Side. I went to school in the low end, 35th in Michigan. I went to De La Salle Institute, go Meteors.
Okay.
But yeah, confidence. Like I'm always repping. I'm always repping out West.
And to that point, something else, being a West Sider as well, I think growing up also taught us how to be resilient. There were times when you guys in your organizations and in your fields of interest that you're working in, there were times when you guys wanted to give up, as you mentioned it, Marion and Darion, about actually, I want to give up, I want to stop, I want to quit, or I want to go back to what I'm used to. So resilience was definitely another big lesson for us. In what ways have your identity as a young black man influenced the spaces that you've had to navigate? So getting funding and talking to CEOs and white people and political officials, how have being a young black man impacted or influenced that perspective?
You want to go?
I can go. Definitely, pushing back on that networking perspective. I've been in a lot of, areas where I can network, and imposter syndrome is real. I would definitely say imposter syndrome is real. Like, you get into these spaces and you see all these faces that don't look like yours, and you kind of like, oh. And then I'm only 18 and I'm with 40-year-old white man, so it's scary. Right. But once you get into a conversation, you realize like they are listening. So pushing past that imposter syndrome and putting the nerves to the side and just saying, you know what, here's my business, and give you your elevator pitch. I think that's that.
That confidence from the West Side. Yeah, that resilience. Marion?
Can you repeat the question one more time?
Yes. In what ways has your identity as a young black man influences the spaces that you've had to navigate? Specifically, you being in politics, how has being young and black and a man influenced that? And specifically being under a black man who's our mayor, how has all of that kind of impacted or shaped you or influenced you?
I think it's what Darion said. Confidence, but again, resilience too. When I go in spaces, I already feel like the hostile energy of like, who is him? Like, who is this young man? But once you talk and once they hear you, like how elevated you are, because they don't expect it in those spaces. They think you just coming in there, start some chaos. But once they see you shaking the mayor's hand, you shaking the city treasurer's hand, oh, now they want to interact. But even after, it's just showing them like you're not gonna stop my reign. It's been times like where I've been in spaces and I'll walk up and like ask an individual, can you support, or like trying to build a network. They'll just give me the cold shoulder, but you're not gonna stop me from talking to the next person. And I think that's something that makes them like feel a way about themselves, because I thought I could break this kid, because again, we 15, 16, 17, 18 in these rooms with these 40-year-olds. But then we show them like we're resilient, we strong, and we came here to get something done, and you're not gonna get in the way of that. And just being reactive. Like you could say this, but you think I'm not gonna you think I'm gonna go crazy at you, but I got some elevated words that's gonna tear you up and cut below the belt. So just being in spaces and being able to do things and like stand up for myself. I don't need Mayor Brandon Johnson standing up for me because I know I can stand up for myself anyway. Because again, everybody got some stuff under their belt. So it's just always going in there confident and having that attitude like you're not gonna break me.
Absolutely. Have you guys ever encountered being in one of these rooms where you actually had to your point, Marianne, actually go toe-to-toe with someone? Or have there been a time when you felt really defeated? Like, dang, I went in that room, thought I was going to get network, thought I was going to get some connects, but it didn't happen.
My most recent situation. So I applied for the CPS honorary student board member position. I applied 2 years in a row. Both years I made it to the finalist round, but I didn't get the position. So after like seeing that and seeing like not to even like cocky, but to see like the candidate that was picked, it like made me feel like, what am I doing wrong? But then it made me come back like, no, it's like, it literally means new opportunities. That's how I take no. So like just seeing those, like it did make me feel away because the work I've put in with CPS, when CPS need a student representative, they'll call and email and text my principal. So it made me like feel away, but then it's just like building off of that. Like I'm not always gonna get it. And I learned from this lady, she was the Miss USA, but before she was Miss USA, she got denied 8 times.
Wow.
And before getting it, everybody was on social media talking about her, talking about why she can't get it. But she constantly put the work in. So that's just all it's about, taking no as new opportunities and constantly putting the work in.
Absolutely. Anything from you, Darion?
I definitely will touch on like that resilience part and the new opportunities part. Operation Young Santa, once we got legitimized with the 501c3, we applied for so many grants, so many, sponsorships. We tried with Dunkin' Donuts. We wanted to give out coffee for the less fortunate. We tried, places for sandwiches during the summer because we do biannual events. And we got denied so many times. And I was so upset, like, what are we doing wrong? I'm legitimized. Like, we're trying. I'm not asking them for no money. I just need a little bit of coffee. So I was really upset. And then me and my mom just talked. Me and my family, we're people of faith, so we prayed about it. And then starting last year, we started a partnership with Credit Union 1. And they're a location in the medical district.
Okay.
So biannually, we get, drives from them. And I think that's just been a huge piece of Operation Young Santa within these past 2 years. So yeah, no means new opportunities. I mean, the no from Dunkin' Donuts was a yes from Credit Union 1, so I was cool with it.
Absolutely. And definitely a shameless plug for those watching. Definitely would like for Black supporters and Black business to support Operation Young Santa. Definitely reach out to us if you're interested. Back to the conversation with you all. How have you all felt underestimated because of your age, your race, or your background? Have you ever felt underestimated because of your age, race, or background?
Yeah, I think it's kind of automatic, unfortunately. Being compared to, being compared to a 23-year-old nonprofit CEO or founder, I think somebody's going to, trust them because, age comes with, wisdom. But I mean, I think you could know some more than me as a 23-year-old, but I think that's just what it automatically comes off as. So
I think every other day I get underestimated with the Chicago police. When I'm walking to school or if I'm standing in front of the house too late, they jumping out, they requesting me to lift my shirt up. But when I tell them like this is who I am, I'm not on that, and they continue to harass you. But once you say like, now I'm getting these people involved, and they take you as a joke and underestimate you, it's a shift. It's a shift. So it happened recently, and I had to contact some people, but it's about like again, just making your statement. Like, you're not going to play with me because I'm 17 years old. Like, I'm somebody at the end of the day. I'm somebody uncle, I'm somebody's son, I'm somebody brother, and that's who I am. So you're going to respect me. It's a mutual respect that I think that has to be built in any room.
Yeah, absolutely. Amongst different community stakeholders and levels of people in the community, absolutely. What do you feel people often misunderstand about young black men and entrepreneurs in Chicago?
That we are not all the same. We are not all the same. I think that's just, I really don't even know how to explain it.
Yep. You're right.
Yeah. Like, when I told people that I want to be a lawyer, they're like, ooh, okay. But it's like, why are you surprised? You know, so, and, you know, African-American men, especially on the West Side, are always generalized. We're just all this big pool, supposedly, but we all have different aspects that we got different things that we like. Absolutely. You know, we got different aspirations. You
Absolutely.
know, we all different for sure.
Absolutely.
I think first, like, to that question, like, we gotta understand something like within each other. Like, and that biggest thing is like, we not all in competition.
Absolutely.
Like, we here to win. We all trying to eat. We all trying to win. So
Good point.
don't go talk down on this brother because you trying to get up and you'll see he thriving.
Good
Like,
point. Yep.
just like ask one another, build off one another. And I think that's one of the most important things, like within the black community and black entrepreneurship, because you see a lot of people bashing each other. So just like being there to support one another. It's always cool to support somebody. Supporting won't hurt you. It's a like, a comment, a repost, a reshare, rather than going and talking down on this person in the business world when y'all both can win. It's enough food for everybody to eat. So that's one of the biggest things for me.
Why do you guys think that? That's a good point. That's definitely something also that I definitely want to kind of flush out with you guys being young black men from the West Side. Why is that? Why are black men, and specifically West Siders, in competition with each other? Why don't we collaborate with each other? Why don't we have camaraderie and support and celebrate one another? What is the beef, or what's the intentions or the hardness between each other? And how do we break that? How do we start to make that fall and become brothers of the West Side and brothers of color and brothers together?
I think the main two things is insecurity and insecurity and selfishness. One thing, like, the best advice I ever got was building a network will build your net worth. So I think that's something that, like, a lot of black men lack to do, like being confident and saying, this is my business, this is how I can help you help me. If you make shirts and I tailor shorts, like,
right,
get clients and can you get my business card out? It's as simple as that. And like building a network with others. And once you build that network, now he know you, she know you. So now all these people know you, and they can't be promoting you if you're doing something bad. So just being confident and going to present yourself, not present somebody else because you don't want to be else. Like, I always tell my peers this, to present who you are. Like, say I'm woo and this is what I believe in. Like, present your business. I'm CEO of Taylor Shorts, and this is what I do. I do a discount on these days, and I'm here to help my people. Like, just be a helping hand.
Absolutely.
I think it's the way a lot of black men are raised. It's kind of like in your head, you're being told, like, you got to do this, don't worry about nobody else. If somebody asks you, keep it, you can use it eventually. But if you really think about it, like, if you gatekeeping something that you're not going to use, you're disadvantaging everybody else for yourself, and you're not going to use it.
Absolutely.
And complete honesty, like, if we being honest, it's been some times where I'm like, I really don't want to share this. I don't want to share it to nobody. But then it's like, it's so good, you don't want to give it up.
Right.
But then it's like, I'm not the only one that's supposed to eat. Everybody else supposed to eat. So it kind of hurt giving it away. Right. But then it's like, you got to think about, like, if it's meant for you, God gonna give it to you. If it's not meant for you, it's gonna be something better. So,
absolutely, new opportunities. Who are some black male role models from your community or in the city in general who have helped you stay grounded, doing the work that you're doing high school, doing that college process, doing the politics season, doing those Christmas seasons when it's getting rough? Who have been some black male role models that have been essential in keeping you grounded?
This is gonna sound repetitive, but I'm gotta say my dad. My dad, that's my boy. Pop. When I think about like Operation Young Santa, especially in the winter, it'd be cold. It'd be so much snow. And then I think about it like I'm complaining about being in the heat in the house, packing these bags, but my pops is walking to work.
Yeah.
And we live in North Lawndale, and he works in Maywood. So you know how long that walk is?
Right.
And I'm like, oh no, let me pack these bags. Let me stop complaining. So I think he's like my biggest motivator. And yeah, like even just to like push through with school. He didn't go to college, but he went to a trade school. He did, like culinary. So, pushing through to make him proud, at least, at the very least.
Right.
The very most is like buy him a new house, buy him some cars. So, I think it's my pops for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. For me, it's those two guys that it's them, but and it's them because like I was like able to first-handedly like witness Coach Schmeider's growth. Like from when he started trying to recruit me in 7th grade and to like now, like Coach Schmeider he just gained like he just grew as a person. So like being able to witness that and see him go from like being this person to being like one of the most professional people in the building, I was able to say like this is something I want to do. Being able to have that switch, turn it on, turn it off, knowing what spaces you in. But Mr. Williams was always from the jump, like he let me know like you gotta decide for yourself. Mama ain't gonna always be there to make decisions for you. You gotta make those decisions now. You're a grown man. And then just all my uncles, they sacrificed themselves of being in gangs, in and out of jail. And that like helped me realize like this is not the lifestyle I want to live. So what route can I take to like escape that lifestyle? Not even necessarily escape it, but to not get caught up in it. So like just having them people in front of me, my uncles, and then Mr. Williams and Smider.
Absolutely. With everything on your plate, Operation Young Santa, the commission for the mayor's youth department, how do you keep a balance? How do you stay balanced? How do you have work-life balance, social balance?
It's hard.
It's hard.
Ooh, it's hard. It is so hard.
Balance.
How do I do it? I don't know. I think, the grind just don't stop. Like, it's been times where I've been at parties and I'm literally emailing people back for Operation Young Santa. And people have seen my phone like, what are you doing? Like, why are you on Gmail? But I'm like, the grind don't stop. But, sometimes just taking time to put your phone down or like just even be by yourself. A few days ago, man, it was piping hot outside. And I just sat outside. I was like, wow, my block looked pretty nice. Like, you just got to take some time to yourself, look, and, just take in the beauty of things sometimes. Because you so riled up in work, you busy.
Right.
I ain't got no balance. but I mean, so like it's never like have fun time with me no more. Like it's just grind, work. Like,
so how do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about not going to parties, not having fun with the young people? Like, what's the balance there?
So I actually like it. Me and my homie Jaden and my cousin, we got this quote that we always say, like, give away temporary funds for lifelong goals. We always say that. And that's what I build off of. Like, if I'm grinding now, like when I'm mid-20s heading to my 30s, I'm going to be set. I'm going to be good. So, like, I'm going to have the fun I want to have then. But once you grind and sacrifice these years, your teenage year, like, it's going to build and turn into something. So, like, now it's summer. I'm still taking classes at Malcolm X. I'm still at the school from 8 a.m. to, like, 5 p.m. every day. It's just, like, understanding, like, the grind don't stop and the grind going to pay off. Like, the work going to show. And I seen it, like now I'm doing all this grinding. Now the school is allowing me and paying for me to go to Washington, D.C. So, like, opportunities like that and, like, working hard, showing, like, it gets you to places, and it shows off.
Yeah. So how do you guys, what methods or tactics do you use for self-care?
I want to add on to that real quick. I think definitely freshman through junior year, I was just like that, like straight work. I'm also a Link alum, by the way.
Okay.
But their Saturday academies, like I couldn't go to no parties. I was doing they work, so I was so upset. And then you see it pay off, and you like, there we go. Like that's what these Saturdays are for. So you're gonna see it pay off. Like you already said, you're seeing it pay off.
Yeah.
But self-care, like I just said, sitting outside, like just chilling, walking my dog, you know, relaxing. Sometimes you got to talk to yourself too. I call myself talking to myself. I think it was yesterday, and I was cleaning my room, and I was just talking. I'm like, wait, hold on, I'm not even on the phone right now, G. So yeah, just talking or like journaling too.
Okay.
Like audio journaling is really good. So
Absolutely.
Self-care with me is just like it's just like when I get home, relaxing, like just setting those boundaries.
Yeah.
Now, if I know I'm gonna be grinding, I'm gonna be at the school to 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, when I get home at 9, I'm not opening the computer. I'm not checking the email. Like I'm done for the day. But like just enjoying myself. But like I think the point of me doing what I do is because I'm passionate, and that's why I do it. So having fun in what I do and just taking care of myself, like I ain't had a retwist in like so long because I've been like on the grind. Like we under construction right now. We got so much going on, but like I'm gonna have that moment where I go get a retwist, get a line, and hang out.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. You both were recognized and highlighted for the work that you both are doing through Community Leadership Fellows a couple of months back. What did that mean for you to be honored and recognized amongst the whole West Side, and there was only 25 of you all? How did that make you feel? What was some feelings from that day?
it was on my birthday. So I was feeling the love. I ain't have a haircut at that time, and I was still feeling the love. I'm like, okay, I feel clean. I feel raw. I had my tie on. I had my shoes on. I was feeling like that. Mm-hmm. All my family had came out. That was kind of like my birthday celebration, mm-hmm. part of it. Mm-hmm. So I just felt like really loved, really supported.
Absolutely.
And then I got $100 gift card. So I was like, oh yeah, this it. This is lit for sure.
Absolutely.
That made my day because prior to coming to that, I was at a meeting with the mayor, and then we had a budget meeting for the school. That budget meeting was a little daunting. It was a little daunting hearing like CPS got this much money gone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was crazy. But then that like helped. That made my day and end the day off like this is why I do what I do.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't just a reward for me. It was like for all the teenagers that entrust me with representing them on these larger stages. So I don't just say like this my award, like Demarion Span, and I represent Collins to the fullest. Like this is for me, Collins, and all the other teenagers and youth that I represent. So just being able to take something back to them and be like, this is what I'm doing for us, and this is what we're trying to do for ourselves also.
Absolutely. And we intentionally made sure that you guys were surrounded by other like-minded youth. And to that point, how do you guys make friends, or who are other friends in your circle? Are they other entrepreneurs? Are they other people in politics? Who are in your friend circle?
I got a variety of friends. I got the friends. I got a group chat for work, friends I hang out with for work. Like we hang out outside of work, like got a outing like once a week. Once a month. But then I got homies like who I was raised with, homies I went to school with. And though they chose a different route than me, and they involved in gang violence, we still understand like we homies. Right. But it's also drawing that line like as homies too. Like don't post me on your social media because I know what you're involved in. Right. So it's just like having people like being surrounded by people who may not agree with everything. Not saying they don't agree, but they're not interested. They're not interested in talking to the mayor, and I understand that. So I won't take those conversations back to them. I hope it's encouragement to them. Like, man, we want to get this up and do something good. So just like addressing my different friend groups, it's challenging sometimes. But then, like because they all teach me something. Right. My colleagues, they teach me a lot. Right. Like we talk about policy so much, and then my homies, like they telling me stuff like, we don't want you involved with this, or we ain't gonna let you get involved with this. Just keep doing what you're doing, taking the route you're taking.
Yeah, absolutely. Darion?
My friend group also varies. I mean, I think I would call a few people my friends, but I think it's a lot of people that are just like, people I just see every day.
Right, right.
But my friends vary. I have like friends who do hair. I got friends who cut hair.
Okay.
I got friends who take photos as well. And I think it's good having that variety of friends too, because they all have different perspectives. Like everybody has different perspectives, but what you do also changes your perspective. So if I do photography. So if you also do photography, I'm gonna ask you to do my shoot because I can't take my own pictures. So yeah.
Absolutely. What legacy do you want to leave behind?
He was raw. Like I just need people to be like, he was raw. Like Martin Luther King, but like times 10. Like I just need to be cold. Like I think that's simple as that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think mine is like when people think of me, I just want them to think like for themselves is to keep going. Like it was times like I could have stopped, but like keep going, and that's why like my favorite quote is the Martin Luther King quote. If you can't be a bush,
Yep.
if you can't be a street, to be a highway. Like, but no matter what, you must keep going. So.
Absolutely. What advice would you give to young people listening to today's session? In anything, in service, in politics, in life, what advice would you give?
I'll go first. Put that fear to the side. Like, however you feeling, if you scared to network, if you scared to talk, whatever you doing, just put that fear to the side because you might miss the opportunity. You might never have the opportunity again. Like he said, no always means no. New opportunities. Don't give up. Keep pushing. Things of that nature.
Yeah, that put the fear to the side. And then mine is just stand tall, be bold, and be you. And like we young, so it's always room for growth. It's always room to start over. So just get it out now. Like just get everything out now. And be you. Like any room, no matter where you go, just be you, be authentic, be yourself.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, what's next for you all? What's next in terms of school, in terms of life, in terms of business, politics? Tell us what's next, what we could be looking forward to from Marion and Darion coming from the Westside.
Well, I'll be going to Atlanta, Georgia, once again, to the illustrious Morehouse College, the best in the AUC, of course, studying political science and Spanish so I can become a criminal justice attorney here on the west side of Chicago and represent the underrepresented, specifically African-American people that look like us and also brown people as well.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Thank you.
For me, we'll be rebranding and reopening the Collins Academy as a STEAM high school. Construction is almost done, but like the building was renovated to fit STEAM. And then I'll be doing some traveling to my top 5 HBCUs. I'm looking forward to attending like the best HBCU. I'm sorry, I don't mean to rain no more. But when they say HU, you know what that means. So,
all right, I don't know, but okay.
Definitely congrats and big ups to both of you all. Definitely see a lot of head in the future for both of you guys. As we close, I have one call to action question for you all. For politicians that's listening, to other community stakeholders, and to funding partners that are listening, what would be your message or your call to action to them? We'll start with you, Darion.
Our voice matters. I think people look down on, youth my age, but I think you should actually value our opinion more. We're at a stage where we're the most vulnerable and we can talk the most about our feelings and how we feel. Our voices have power. I think you should listen to us.
Mine straight off back is to the politicians, the stakeholders, the community leaders. During a time like this in our nation, it's just simply like pick a side. It's either you with Donald Trump and what his plan is, executing his plan, or you what was right, a democracy. And I think that's something that we don't have clear in the city right now. A lot of older people haven't chose their side, and it's time to pick a side. Freedom, or we going back to what our ancestors and the people before us went through.
Absolutely. Thank you both for this insightful, inspiring conversation about politics, about building your brand, and about the impact that you both are having here on the west side of Chicago. Well, that's a wrap for today's session. Thank you for tuning in. Please continue to subscribe, like, comment, and share all of our posts. Until next time, keep the conversation going and keep your head up. Peace, peace.